I went to press the pause button, then it pressed the stop button, so we've got part 2 separate video because I can't be bothered joining them. So the thing I was going to say was that not only do I think we're still in a bearish market, but I think that there's actually a chance. It's not a high likelihood, probably about if I put a percentage on it, I'd probably say 30%. There's a 30% likelihood, probably not even that high, but it's still likelihood anyway, that we will actually not break into a bull market even this cycle. And I think I'm the only person saying that. And as I say, I still think it's overwhelming likelihood, given the problems in the world, that we will. But something tells me that the average flat-footed simpleton out there will not be rushing to Bitcoin just because a few of their friends tell them shit's gonna hit the fan. I think it's more likely they'll run towards gold and silver. Just a feeling. And that we're we're quite far off mainstream adoption, not because the you know, the ecosystem's not ready from a fundamental point of view, because it is. Bitcoin's there. The hash rate's gone up extensively since the last bull market. But what it is the usability, and this is something that I tried to address working with Pryvate. I think that company's going to be carved up now, and the CEO is deciding to sell things separately, so I'm not actually inputting much to them anymore. Giving my time for bugger all. But anyway, the idea there was to make things simple, so you could have like a name, like Craig, @Craig, like you have like a handle on Twitter or something, you know, and that would translate to all your on-platform wallets. And it could also translate to your off-platform decentralized wallets, because we're doing decentralized trading as well. But my point is, it's really difficult for even fairly tech-savvy people to do things confidently in the Bitcoin, in the cryptocurrency world, without risking loss. And this is why I reckon as time goes on, we're just going to continue again and again and again, oh god dog, to lose more and more Bitcoin. It'll become rarer and rarer and rarer, because it's going to be irrecoverable. You might have a future where there's some company that does brute force attacks with some kind of quantum computing mechanism, I don't know, but you know, that even that's going to be pretty much inconceivable at this stage. So what I was thinking could actually happen is we could actually bounce around in this occasional false bull market, driven by nothing more than whales and companies like BitMEX and Binance and stuff like that. Just collaboration with people like that, Roger Ver, just the usual suspects, you know what I mean? People who have enough Bitcoin to really rinse the market properly. And we could just be stuck in what would seem like an endless cycle. So yeah, that would happen if we never got in it. If we never got above the kind of interest, let's say if you go on Google Trends and you look at the interest, who's searching for the word Bitcoin, who's searching for cryptocurrency, if that doesn't rise significantly higher than what it was last time, you'll just have these series of false starts, and you're like, oh yeah, bull market's here, because so many people don't look at fundamentals. You know, if there's no new people getting into Bitcoin, if there's a lack of new addresses that have activity on them, then, you know, it means there's no new people coming in crypto. It means it's just the same people trying to get money off those who are already in it and who are small fish. That's it. Now that's a bleak outlook. As I say, it's a small chance, but you know, it still is a significant chance of happening if you look at it. Let's say a 1/3, just under 1/3 chance of that actually happening. Because if we can see it go up to 14k when it had absolutely no business to go up that high, or even just pump up to 10k now, what else will happen? And this is obviously pre-halvening. I also have a feeling that the halvening, just like with Litecoin, will not necessarily affect the price. And what actually might happen instead is miners actually may have to get expunged from the market in order to lower the hash rate, which then lowers the difficulty rate, which then makes it cheaper to mine. That might be what happens. That might be what levels out, because the simple fact is, if people are not ready to pay 12k every day or 20k plus, it won't go up until people are ready to pay that. The market decides. That's the one thing that is actually beautiful about Bitcoin. It can fluctuate to fit the market demand, and that's how it happens. Because if there's no demand there and people can't get what they paid, then those mining companies shut down, and then you'll probably end up in a scenario which I have mentioned in other videos, where it's only Siberian and Chinese miners mining, and maybe the odd Russian company as well in parts that are, well, you know, Siberia is Russia anyway. That was all I wanted to mention there. I'm going to leave it at that. It's really good to be home.